Hey everybody, Everett's live music shooting at you from 10:29, 23, and just some more thoughts on. We're moving through our Halloween season and different aspects. You ever? I've mentioned it before, but you ever think kind of sometimes it's strange how we place so much trust in some people? I don't know if that's like the right way to say it. I mean, a lot of unfortunate realities for a Halloween, like for me, like Halloween's not like we're gonna trace the roots back to Ireland. It's the season of dressing up and, trick-or-treating and having a time of year where you can be anything you want, getting together, making some fun and stuff. But the idea sometimes, like how much gravity and how much momentum we give to people that we don't even know. So as a people that do know one another the best we can without trying too hard, you don't have to live around people too much to pretty much see what's happening, and who cares yelling, hollering, as long as a brief moment of the topic isn't geared towards the most heinous crime or, the total wrong. I mean, let it go, dude, and let them have their moment, because we're all trying to find a way in life to live closer to one another without being judged, while being impregnated, I would say, by a society of technology, and where that goes and how far some of it is policed and who polices it. I heard Gates talking the other day, just his idea, too, and again, like if I ever mention like Bill Gates or Musk or something, I mean, you guys have a lot of money, so, and power and influence, so please, it would be unfortunate, and I wouldn't mind if you mentioned me a little bit if I had a chance, but like just your idea that you have to admit, man, that there's a chance of this going wrong, and us as a society is realizing it and then hoping that you're going to do the best you can for us. The reality that I think it's great you admit that, sometimes getting a chance to work with people that didn't find life to be like you thought it was, and then you're managing to one degree or another. I'm happy to hear you admit it, and then be like, because I don't know where a lot of these people are, how it all happened for them. So those that give back and what level they give back, I don't know. I commented the other day that, sounds good, man. You say that like Tesla's for the good things and stuff. Right, I am too, just not for more always. And Zuckerberg talking, he threw out one that was like, and I haven't finished his speech yet. I will give a little bit of time to these people because it seems to me that I have a great influence on what happens. But I want to remind all of us, when we hear their opinions, remember that those opinions that they're sharing, and let's get back to Zuckerberg's really important one, was like, if you set out to make this thing, it sticks with me that, hey man, maybe you didn't set out to do anything. For some of us that didn't set out to do anything, because some of them are going to tell you how to build a business, but for some of us, we didn't set out to do anything. And I'll finish his talk another time And I do try to give a little bit of time to it because I think that's where we're at. But it is important also to recognize that significance, that like you're just going, but for some of us not everything happens. So we do the best we can. We keep moving, and we give these people that get so much time. I don't know if they buy it or it just seems to be more of what we want to sell to one another on a media level. I hear like in like the Degrassi Neil Degrassi Tyson, right? Right, he's an astrophysicist, whatever, like on film, like that I see when I pop up YouTube. Maybe you see the same stuff, and it's the Star Talk, and then to see someone put out there, from what I've heard from him, it's not that bad, but to see the comments that are like, man, this guy really likes to hear himself talk. Maybe not, but like, I don't know, man, because I was talking to the child the other day, and let me try and go one way with this. When we were talking about intelligence, right, and then I went with an angle of, so for Halloween, let's do some cowboy stuff, right, and Tombstone. And I'm not a big, like, I hope that movies always make it, and I just like entertaining each other. But there is a depiction in the movie Tombstone with Val Kilmer, and tell me how you maybe see it or how you viewed it. But that one scene with him and Johnny Ringo when they first met, and the dialect that follows it, and they use some Latin language in there and stuff. But, just the idea that Val Kilmer was the character Doc Holliday. It's kind of funny because I knew a Doc Holliday in my life, at least nicknamed. Ironically, in a wheelchair, but a good dude. And I would like to share though that like just that whole conversation back and forth. I've done this before with somebody and they didn't see it the same way as Doc Holliday was pretty upset by the end of the conversation as to the fact that you're smart, man. And I see who you're running with, and like not only do I know who you're running with, but man, there's been a lot of shit bad. So as I look at you and then you look back at me and I see myself in you and I see what you're going to do with what some of us are not blessed with or given, or some people just decide to learn a little more, and you're going to use it for not the better of your people, but the betterment of only yourself and then maybe a few others. And that's so long ago, and we're still there to this day on some levels. And I try to explain, too, to the child the other day that, for intelligence, and they talk about IQ, and I don't really want to take an IQ test, and I don't look it up. I had a teacher in my school one time that talked about it as being a bag that you're given in life. Some people's bags are bigger. Some people don't put anything in their bag. Some people put really bad things in their bags. Some people take the smallest bag and they stuff it till there's no room left. And those with the bigger bags that have stuffed it with the things that make it easier for just them and not the rest, And it's not like a job that all of us have to like look at, but a level of, for me, like IQ is how big is your bag and what are you going to put in your bag. I share this in some of my messages with my music and stuff. Try to. And I try to fill my bag in my life with the best that I can, It'd be sad to think I'm just going to put it with all the most pure things ever. No. But there are certain levels where you're like, yeah, well, this is not fair. It's like the trained against the untrained and stuff. It's not. That's unfortunate that you see life that way. And then sometimes, man, it really pours down into the future. So I think about that sometimes. I do. I think all of us should. Not those exact moments, and not to like paraphrase or take something from some movie outside of just the idea that, man, we're all not only, we're not alone when we're intelligent and stuff, and we should, I'll always think it's unfortunate that some of the technology is developed and compromised, and our messages at times can be easily taken from us if you have the right, and it creates a level of uneasiness. That could be a whole nother conversation, but as we move through Halloween, reminded of just life and the way we view it at times, and how we can use it, and what are we going to do with it, and is there anybody that's going to speak back? Because I'm not shy, and I got out there the other night on Water Street where I live, and the kids were up and down the sidewalk, man, filled. Not as good as it was last year when I got there, but I played for well over an hour or so. And I mentioned in a previous message, not many people stop. A couple did. That's cool. I follow a couple groups. It's kind of cool because they go from the bar to the tattoo shop to the next place, and they have their own little set out thing for the trick-or-treater kids, and it's kind of cool. I think downtown Vegas will have even a better one for the adult stage. It's hard to play the music down there, but nobody expected me again, and there I was. And if you check out my station, dude, and check out my channel, not my station, my channel, you'll find those house songs on there, man. It was a good time to share and a good time to see the faces light up, from time to time. And I really like the fall here is really beautiful. And just remember some of those things, those simpler things I'm talking about, and we're going to make the difference, man. Together, we make a difference. Words I've shared in songs, I did this, I paraphrased this in the other video, so let me paraphrase another. You can like it or not, and you can believe it or not, but there's a part of you that's a part of me, and there's a part of me that's a part of you. And together, we make a difference, man. I do my best, man, never in public and outside of maybe a home, blah, blah, blah. That part is not paraphrased, but I do, man, in my mind, make it that way in life. That I don't label you. Don't label me. I love you. Dare to love me. We make a difference, man. I got a lot of cool words and a lot of cool songs, and I'm not a perfect person. I like this time of year. Especially here in the Vegas Valley, it's just, but the reality of some of the stuff that happens here that's real horror through our local cities, and our definite, our mind is so wrapped, so tight. Man, what if we went bankrupt or something? Right, if we went bankrupt, do you think a city would just like go away? Maybe, but I don't think we would keep going. To sell us out would be like a worse scenario than ever. To not share information about values of certain intake and outtake of matter that you put through your society, whether it's how you get your electricity, how your water's coming through, how it's being dispensed, what you've done to your water, everything, man. Thinking to myself like a hero, dude, not a hero that wants to, just one that's like, man, I'm aware and I see what's around me, man, and I care about my people, and we understand, and we don't want to be silenced when we want answers. A big one, like I'll test and I'll look and I'll ask questions, and if we are deferred, that's unfortunate. Everything matters. We matter. A realization, dude, of how many plastic bottles in a day that we use. Just mind-boggling, man. The mountain of plastic, and I've mentioned other things about that before, but I'll move into the holiday I threw out the Halloween tribute a while ago with the piano I got now, the electric piano. But there's an importance to us and to ourselves and to our people. Do you want to speak the truth and share with one another? I don't know what a lot of our forefathers' thoughts might have been, but we're so young. Remember this, and so if you go back to, like I mentioned before about Teddy Roosevelt's birthday being on Friday too, right? And just the ability for him to influence some of John Muir's ideas are like heroic, because John Muir was really out there, man, in the wilderness, dude. And when he was back at home, it felt like so uneasy, and then he went back out there, and then, came back, and then he got Roosevelt's ear. They talked, they hung out, they helped develop some of the earliest establishments of our parks, I believe. If my stories and my understanding is wrong, then I keep dropping my pick. I like my pick. I like playing the guitar, and I'm starting to play the piano. I like the endless search within ourselves to entertain one another, and not without so much assistance from some electronic device or some kind of device that has already learned how to be something that, man, I worry about that a little bit, the AI and all that. I hear the talking about putting chips in our brain to try and bridge certain gaps. Maybe the gap is there for a reason, that we're not ready yet. We have not demonstrated as a species. Let me end with this. For Halloween, is I love our people, man. And when I say our people, all of us, I just don't know how to describe it betterly. We have not demonstrated through our history a level of tolerance for one another and a different way of thinking on a broad scale that has provided a level of peace and harmony around our planet. So as you try to find a shortcut through it all, and you have not established that level of peace and harmony through all it's not through a guitar I'll find the answer. It's not through a song exactly. We have not demonstrated that as a species. I wonder if other planets have a species that's dominant like we are, and that has threatened its own existence the way we have. And until we can demonstrate that, maybe I don't know where we go. Remember this too, man. Maybe like the weather. They've already shown a movie about it. It could easily be influenced if you can take the heat from the sun and reflect it onto the surface of the planet. You can create heat, which creates weather. I love us. I don't know what's happening. I see so much, and I try to stay the course for what I have in my little area and try to share. Not everything's a conspiracy, and not everything is the future. But we need to talk more. That's not going to be a really hard thing to do. It'll be another answer I give to a question that is asked, but we as a people, if we're together, man, you don't get to make things happen. We would, on a different level, be one. That is when we win. That is the only way we'll ever win. We see nothing else as more than what I have posted on my post. And it's not like those words are the last words to ever be spoken for inspiration. It's just not. But it is inspirational, man. Take a chance. Check out my post. Have a bitchin' fucking Halloween. You're damn right I threw the F-bomb. Dress up. Have fun, man. I'm not going to see the bobbin' apples, and I'm probably not going to drink hard cider, but I've already played music for so many children and so many people, and I stopped people in their tracks when they were listening to my music, and it was beautiful, and it was good, and I didn't want anything else. And the whole night seemed to go really well. Everybody was... It's fine. It was good. It's as it should be. You find it in your place wherever you're at, man. Never dismiss that moment that happens without chaos and without infraction in the ability to hang out a little bit and maybe fire back like something, an idea. I dig us, man. We're good. We're cool, man. We got potential. There could be time left. Awesome time of year, man. Harvest season, dude. I'm going to exemplify that on the way out. I know I said a while ago, I'm going to end with this, and I didn't. And you're like, yeah, that's... I don't forget much. But it's harvest season. I like it, man. And I don't live in that spot anymore where you smell it and you see it and it's there. But, dude, rock on. Happy Halloween. Party hard. Be safe. Cool times, man. I'm going to get a hit back someday. We're going to talk more and more and more and more and more. Late. My costume this year was a musician.